Fellas, what is going on, fellas? So for today's video, guys, I want to teach you just some tips that you guys should avoid, or some things that you yeah. Fellas, what is going on, fellas? So for today's video, guys, I wanted to tell you about some mistakes that you guys need to avoid whenever you are sniping. So this is kind of like a sniping tips video, or I don't really know what to call it, but these are mistakes that you guys should avoid, okay? So yeah, let's just get straight into it. I'm going to tell you, exactly what it is that you want to not do when you're sniping, because this is mistakes a lot of beginners make, and hopefully this video is very helpful. Guys, if you're new, make sure to hit the subscribe button, man, because we're on the road to 30K. But let's get into it. So the first thing that you guys should never do when you're sniping, being unaware of prices. So like, you got to know your prices. Depending on what filter you're on, you have to know what the prices are like. So let's say I use I don't know, this Galaxy Opal filter where I put the minimum buyout to 500 and put the max bid to 500. Sometimes some players pop up on this filter, okay? And you can see, like, I don't know, Larry Hughes. The most common players that pop up are like Larry Hughes, Jason Kidd, maybe sometimes Alonzo Mourning. And you might say, oh, something popped up. This might be a snipe. Not necessarily a snipe, okay? So it's not just because something pops up doesn't mean it's a snipe. It really depends on what filter you're using. You see, like, this just popped up, this Alex Caruso. This is not a snipe. You might say, oh, something popped up, this is a snipe. No, it's not. So let's take a look at Alex Caruso's price. A good thing that he just popped up to help me further prove this point. If we go Alex Caruso and we go Galaxy Opal, you can see 80,000, 6 minutes left. Nobody's even buying that card. I'm sure we can find one. Can we find one for cheaper, or is that the cheapest? And there's another 80,000 right here. So like, that's not a snipe, bro. Alex Caruso has to pop up for very cheap. Look, this one's 79,000, 77,500, 72,000. So you over here thinking that you caught a nice little snipe for 80,000 Alex Caruso, and then you go look at the prices and you see that he's cheaper than that. So yeah, man, it depends what filter you're on. But some filters, not everything is going to be a snipe. Like if you're on a scroll filter, because this technically is a scroll filter, the one that I was just using. I mean, it could be a scroll filter, but sometimes it's not. It really just depends. But this right here, it could be a scroll filter depending on how many players are popping up. But if you're on a scroll filter, meaning that multiple players pop up and you have to scroll past other players to get a snipe, you have to know your prices, because you might see something and you think it's a snipe, but it really is not, okay? So that's the first tip for you guys, or the first mistake you guys want to avoid. And the second mistake to avoid is changing anything on the filter. So let's say I'm sniping heat checks, for example. It's just a random filter. Let's say I'm sniping heat checks. The heat check filter is as follows. I would put the max buyout to 2600. Well, actually, let's double check that, because it might have changed. All right, so yeah, you still want to put the max buyout to 2600. And this is a mistake common to a lot of people, but people are starting to change it, because people like me are putting it out there that you don't have to do this anymore, which is change anything on the filter. So usually you would set it up 2600 max buyout, and then you put the max bid to 100K in order to refresh the filter, right? Because this is the way we all know how to refresh the filters, by decreasing this number right here, the max bid. Or if you're sniping on a filter that, like an Opal filter that doesn't have any scrolls, and then you just increase the minimum buyout, right? I mean, that's typically how we all know how to do it. That's not necessary, though. That's a mistake you want to avoid. And the reason why you want to avoid that is because this takes time scrolling down. So what I do, I just completely disregard the maximum bid. Well, it depends on what filter you're using, because some filters it'll be the maximum bid, some it'll be the minimum buyout. But whatever the case is, all you need is the maximum buyout and the color heat check to snipe on this filter, and then you just search for it. Once it's done, you press OK, and then you search for it again, and you continue doing that. No need to scroll down to refresh anything. You just refresh by just pressing the buttons, bro, and you just sit there, bro. So yeah, man, it saves you a lot of time. It gives you the opportunity to see more snipes, because you're not, you may miss a snipe in that time that you're scrolling down. It happens, right? So you get to see more snipes this way. And you say, oh, how do I know this works? Because I've caught plenty of snipes doing this way. Heat check snipes, Opal snipes, all kinds of snipes. It doesn't matter what filter you're on. You don't need to change anything, okay? That's the second thing you want to avoid doing. The third thing you want to avoid doing is just being impatient. So a lot of you guys say, oh, I can't snipe because, you know, I don't have the patience to do this or whatever. Guys, take a look at my squad, right? Take a look at my squad. This team was constructed by me sniping and playing TTO as well, but for the most part sniping. How many of these did I snipe? I sniped Tracy, I sniped Mello, I sniped Ben. I mean, not this particular Ben, but I've sniped Ben twice. I sniped Mello. Did I snipe Mello twice? I might have. I never sniped the KD, but I sniped Tracy. I haven't sniped the Magic, but I've seen Magic snipes. I've seen Jordan snipes. So I didn't snipe Chris Bosh. I got him out of a pack. But for the most part, like even the players that are not here, like even the players that are here that you can't snipe, I got them as a result of me sniping. So Kevin Garnett, I got him as a result of me sniping, because in order for me to get Kevin Garnett, let's just go to premium here, you got to lock into Prime Series 2 players, all of which Oscar I've sniped, Ben I've sniped, KP I sniped, D-Wade I just bought him, and KD I just bought him. So 3 out of the 5 players were sniped. So you got to have patience. Like that's the thing. With my patience, I was able to build a team like this where it's goated, and for the most part, most of these players are a result of snipes. Kobe has nothing to do with snipes. Hakeem has nothing to do with snipes. And Dave Cowens as well. Every other player, and David Robinson, but he doesn't really get any minutes. Every other player you're seeing here, I got as a result of sniping. And even if I didn't snipe them directly, I was able to afford them because of MT that I got from sniping other players. So this team is all sniped for the most part, besides Kobe, Dave, and Hakeem, and David Robinson, and Harden too. But like I said, they don't get any minutes, so I'm not really, you know, talking about them. But yeah, so you gotta have patience. You gotta be consistent. Don't sit on the filter for like 10 minutes and not see anything and get discouraged. Bro, literally spend time on the filter. Like, I'll give you a filter to sit on. Let's see what the small forward Western filter is like. I mean, I know Peja kind of ruined this filter. Yeah, Peja ruined this filter, the small forward Western. This filter is still good. If you have him, then you can filter him out, right? So if I wanted to, I could just buy Peja, filter him out, and I could still use this filter. But other than that, you can go, what's it called? Division, Northwest. Here we got AK-47, Mello, MPJ, and KD on this filter. So no Lamar Odom though, but this is still 4 players on this filter that are all good snipes. So sit on this filter, bruh. Minimum buy 500. Sit on this filter for a good amount of time, bro. Like, just, I don't know, I mean, I have 2 monitors, so I can sit here and snipe on one monitor, and I can watch a YouTube video or some sort of TV show on my second monitor if I want to. Same thing. I mean, watch a YouTube video from your phone. Be patient though. Be patient with it. Snipe while you're, I don't know, talking to a PS4 party or Xbox party with your friends. Like, sniping doesn't take too much attention. You just sit here. You don't got to pay attention to it. You just, you know, doing it mindlessly sniping, bro. And then once you see something, you instantly snap to it, and you know, you get to it. So just this is like the biggest tip that I can give you guys. Be consistent. Be patient. Like, if you don't say anything for 30 minutes, don't get discouraged. Just continue to snipe, okay? Because eventually you're going to see something, and even if you miss it, eventually you're going to get something, all right? So you got to be patient, man. That's how I'm able to make millions of MT, do these million MT pack openings, is through the snipes, bro. You guys know I don't spend money on this game. For the people who watch stream, you guys know I don't spend money on this game. I don't buy MT, I don't buy VC. So this is how I'm able to do it, man. Being patient, being consistent, that's the biggest thing that you can do. So the mistake that you want to avoid is getting discouraged when you don't see anything pop up, or if you miss it. Another mistake that people make is spending too much time on one filter. So let's say I was on this small forward Galaxy Opal Northwest filter, and I didn't see anything for 30 minutes. Maybe I should switch it up. What else can you do? There's other filters too that you can do. One that I know about is, or that people have told me about, is Galaxy Opal Center West. And if you take a look here, this is for the most part a scroll filter. But let's say I go minimum buyout. Yeah, this is not a bad filter. Like, this is a scroll filter though. But if you wanted to filter out Nate Thurman, you can do that. So scroll filters aren't bad. At first, I didn't really like scroll filters because I felt like, you know, I was missing out on snipes. But they're not bad because, I mean, everybody has to use scroll filters for the most part now. I mean, not all filters are scroll filters, but for the most part, there's a lot of scroll filters nowadays. So yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Just sit on a filter for 30 minutes, 15 minutes. If it's dry, switch to another one. If that one's dry, switch back to the previous one, or switch to even like to a third one, and continue to do that for maybe over the course of an hour, like, you know, and see what you can get. So it's boring sitting on one filter, I know. So I mean, maybe to some people it's not, but sit on the filters, bro, and continue to switch them up. You know, spice it up, use some variety. All right, another mistake people typically make that some people don't know. I know a lot of you guys do know this, but it is not going for the bid when it's the same as the buy now. So I'll show you this Nate Thurman, for example. Let's pretend this Nate Thurman was a snipe. Let's say this Nate Thurman went for 500,000 MT, and I saw him pop up for 97,000 MT, and you see the maximum bid and the buy it now are the same price. You don't need to go to the buy it now in order to purchase the card. If I were to press maximum bid right here, and if I press if I press this button right here, X, to confirm, and it says, are you sure you would like to bid 97,000 on Nate Thurman? If I pressed yes right here, I would buy the card. It wouldn't bid on it. I would get the card. It would be a purchase, like an actual purchase, as if I did it on the buy now. It's because they're the same number. When they're the same number, you don't need to scroll down to the buy it now. You can just buy it from the bid and you'll be okay, and it buys it either way. So that's something that some people don't know. I know a lot of you guys do know it, but that is something that some people don't know. So if you didn't know that, I hope this helps you out and it can save you some time. It can be the difference between you missing and getting a snipe. So, but you see ones like this, let me see, the ones like this where it's 95,000 and 100,000, where the number is different, you have to go down to the buy it now, or else it's not gonna work. So that's just a little tip right there, man, that should help you guys out. Yeah, so I've actually gotten snipes. I've gotten plenty of snipes just going for the bid. Some snipes, they have the bid and the buy now are the same, but I still accidentally go for the buy now and I still get it. So you can still get it. I'm not saying you can't get it, but you know, I'm just trying to help you guys, you know, be faster with the snipes. All right, so yeah, and those are the main tips that I can think of right now that you guys should try to implement, or the mistakes that you guys should avoid when you're sniping. So I hope that was helpful, man. I was able to build a great team through sniping. You guys can do the same thing. You can literally start with 500 MT, build your way up to millions if you really stay dedicated on the filters, if you spend enough time on the filters. I don't spend so much time on these filters because, you know, I'm working on videos and doing other stuff, so I don't really got too much time to be spending on filters. Most of the time my snipe is on stream anyway, so yeah. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 30K, and yeah, man, we're trying to get there as soon as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna be streaming at 5 p.m. Eastern because that's the time I stream every day. And with that said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.